Mit einem Kampf in der Gruppe A, das Zeitlimit hier 20 Minuten, festgesetzt für einen Fall. Mit einem Gesamtgewicht von 169 Kilogramm aus 069 FFN. Hier sind Ahura und der wXw Shotgun Champion, the son of nothing, Maggot, the pretty bastards. Und ich rufe die Gegner für diesen Gruppenkampf. Gesamtgewicht 163 Kilogramm aus Chiba, Japan, Masahiro Takanashi. From Tipton, England, Brookes CDK.
48 hours ago, 8 teams arrived in Oberhausen, all hoping to prove they're the best. But 2 nights on, it is level peggings, and anyone could win on the final night of the World Tag Team Festival. Dave Bradshaw here with Met Demasi, and Met, only one team can leave as the wXw World Tag Team Champions.
Well, they say the cream always rises to the top, so let's see who the cream of the crop is. Let's take things straight to the ring, baby!
So all is not well, clearly, in the camp of the winners of the previous World Tag Team Festival in 2019, the Pretty Bastards.
No, not at all. You saw multiple moments of
discord, I think you would call it.
Yes, I wanted to say miscommunication, but it's more discord than anything. Ahura and Maggot not very much on the same page, and you have to think about how much that would hurt them against a united CDK.
Ahura pretty much insisting here that he is going to start the match for the Pretty Bastards. Former 2-time World Tag Team Champions looking to make their own bit of history here tonight by becoming 3-time champions, but they're going to have to get on the same page, and they're going to have to do it very quickly.
Masahiro Takanashi starting things off for CDK. You have to think as well, CDK have been very strong throughout this tournament so far. It will be quite the challenge, even for a united Pretty Bastards. You have to keep in mind the Pretty Bastards haven't fought together, have it as a team for a long time, and CDK are in fact tag team champions right now for all.
CDK got their win over Sanity, a big surprise for many on the first night, but having lost on night 2, they have 3 points. Pretty Bastards, of course, won their opening contest on night 1 as well, but in the absence of Ahura, and that's what a lot of this discord is about between the Pretty Bastards. It was Maggot 2-on-1 on his own against Sanity last night, and ultimately that was too big a hill to climb.
And what we saw after the match was a Maggot that we've never really seen this way before, fairly demoralized. Usually very confident, very pompous is Maggot. Here you see Masahiro Takanashi and Ahura so far on even pegging.
Well, CDK, after their win against Sanity, found themselves in a little bit more difficulty against the Frenchadors last night. Frenchadors picking up their 3 points, and so, as I was saying at the top of the show, level peggings here in Group A, just as it is in Group B. And for 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. Every team going into this final night has won 1 and lost 1.
And now it is Maggot against Chris Brookes. These 3 points are going to be very important for all the teams. As you mentioned, level peggings throughout the groups.
Well, I mean, obviously, whoever loses the match is mathematically eliminated, right? And then depending on who wins, one team here, presumably, unless it's a draw, will end up on 6 points. If it gets to 2 teams on 6 points after both of our Group A matches tonight, it comes down to head-to-head. So there's all kinds of permutations as Maggot goes for a Lufez press and unloads with the right hands on Chris Brookes.
There's a nice stiff kick to Chris Brookes.
Maggot now in the corner, just as he did off the Lufez press, in those repeated right hands.
You know what comes afterwards?
Unfortunately, so did Chris Brookes know what was coming, and there was nothing much he could do about it.
Here comes Ahura. Again, a bit of discord. Yeah. Maggot instead sending him towards Masahiro Takanashi beforehand.
They still aren't quite agreeing, I don't think, on the tactics, but hang on, Brookes. Wait now, Brookes is trying for the octopus hold and an abdominal stretch on the Pretty Bastards.
And Masahiro Takanashi looking pretty.
Yeah, I like how Takanashi joined for the photo up there. Maggot tossed unceremoniously to the outside by Chris Brookes. This one already spilling outside of the confines of the squared circle.
Oh, a rake to the eyes there by Takanashi to Ahura, but here comes Maggot from the side.
Well, I think Brookes has a beer. Brookes has someone's beer. He's gonna throw it in the face of Ahura. I think Ahura's gonna drink it.
Would you get disqualified for something like that?
That would be referee's discretion. Yeah, I think Ahura might have had a little bit more than he needed to over the past 24 hours or so. He was at his brother's wedding yesterday, that's why he wasn't here.
They're both running towards the bathroom.
Ahura apparently regretting what we call in England the hair of the dog. If you've been drinking before, trying to get through it by drinking some more, it's never been an effective tactic, and it's obviously not working for Ahura.
Is this the first ever bathroom break in a professional wrestling match?
First one in this tag team festival, I'll tell you that much, but Ahura has been unconventional from the very beginning, just announcing at the end of night 1 that he's not going to be here for night 2.
For his brother's wedding, of all things. Understandable as it may be, it left Maggot to the dogs.
I don't think it's understandable. I don't think it's understandable to only tell your partner with less than 24 hours notice that you're not going to be here the next night. How is that understandable?
I mean, if you really think about it, Ahura now in the bathroom, potentially puking his guts out, and Maggot is again in this situation, in this handicap situation where he has to face both of CDK at the same time.
Right, I mean, he wasn't here at all after. He's obviously not in prime condition tonight. You can understand why. I mean, Maggot's pretty annoyed. Baby Allison, obviously furious.
Baby Allison, this
here we go.
There's Ahura.
Takanashi went to get him.
Wait, he's not done.
3.
And Maggot's biting Chris Brookes.
Well, this one is already becoming somewhat irregular in terms of a professional wrestling match.
Oh yes, that's water.
He's sobering him up. Yeah, I think he's doing him a favor.
Oh no, Chris Brookes is taking that favor back.
Oh, get out of the way in the front row.
Ahura's very limp right now.
Yeah, he's being dragged around the ring.
And now backstage, or at least onto the stage.
Brookes and Ahura, I'm not sure Ahura knows where he is. He could be in the stage, could be in the ring, could still be at the wedding reception.
Oh no, not the LED lights. Oh, come on.
Yeah, they cost a lot. Ahura doesn't know where Brookes is. Oh, Brookes has got it. What is that, a trolley?
What?
Where'd that come from?
From somewhere backstage.
Oh God, don't do that. Don't do that, that is a steep ramp. Ahura not strapped in. Oh, Brookes is coming with him. Ahura crashes into the side of the ring.
Oh my goodness!
Listen to it here in Oberhausen.
What? What is going on?
Ever the innovators, CDK. Maggot looking for a tag. He's gone to the wrong corner. Maggot disorientated, and even if he had gone to the right corner, Ahura's not there because he's still recovering from that collision with the side of the ring.
It's not the only thing he's recovering from.
I think it might take a little while longer to recover from some of the excesses of his weekend as Brookes goes for the pin, kick out by Maggot. Remember, really is do or die. Is night 3 here in the World Tag Team Festival. Any team that loses is automatically unable to win their group and therefore go to the final. Brookes is biting that horn of Maggot.
Horn of Maggot.
He bit it off. Maggot is down to 1 horn. And you're right, like you said, it's shades of yesterday here because it's really 2-on-1. Ahura's still nowhere near. I don't know where he is, in fact. He's somewhere around the ringside area. He's certainly not in his corner. Takanashi, the drop kick and a single knee across the throat. Looking to make a statement there at the expense of the pretty bastards and of Maggot in particular. Maggot didn't take kindly, and Maggot is biting Takanashi.
And Chris Brookes, a handful of hair, just using the hair to keep Maggot. Oh no, Takanashi's biting Maggot now.
There has been a lot of biting in this opening match tonight.
I've counted at least 3 times.
CDK in full control of Maggot, who is, for the 2nd night in a row, effectively on his own.
You'd think, knowing that he's going to have a wrestling match here tonight, Ahura would take it easy on the excess drinking, but seemingly not.
Or have like a black coffee or something. Maybe don't down a beer in the first 5 minutes of the match.
There he goes, now Maggot again stuck in that.
This is those street fighting instincts though from his development, his childhood in Frankfurt in the red light district. Maggot just a real scrapper, a real brawler.
He's going back and forth, he's fighting back against Chris Brookes.
Brookes though will send Maggot to the ropes. Maggot ducks the clothesline, goes up onto the shoulders of Brookes and counters with a DDT.
Planted him! But careful, here comes Masahiro Takanashi and Maggot looking for the tag.
Well, Ahura's still not actually up on the apron.
Well,
he's back in his corner, just crawling up there now. And now he does make the tag.
Here he comes.
But what kind of Ahura are we going to get?
Oh, there. He's kicking it into high gear now.
When it's game time, Ahura, good to go. There's the crossbody.
And to say that he's in, that he didn't miss those ropes is incredible. No, false alarm.
That was a big spit. Right, left, body shots from Ahura. Ahura hooks one arm of Takanashi, hooks the other. Has him backed into the corner. Takanashi will shove him away. Back forced into the corner by that foot of Ahura. Ahura went for the high knee and there wasn't anyone there. Double clothesline attempt by CDK. Ahura makes Brookes and Takanashi collide.
Takanashi sent flying. Here he comes, but Chris Brookes there. No.
Takanashi swept the leg, and yeah, Brookes takes advantage. Double foot stomp. Takanashi's legal. He hooks both legs. This could do it, but Ahura, despite his condition at the moment, still able to kick out.
And you have to keep in mind, if CDK pick up the win in this match and Sanity win their match, CDK will automatically be moved to the finals.
Yeah, whoever wins this will need to be looking at the second match in Group A, because the result of that one will have an important bearing as well on who goes to the final. Remember, after these last group matches, here tonight, the winners of Group A and Group B in our main event tonight to compete for the World Tag Team Festival Championship and therefore the World Tag Team titles.
What a kick there from Ahura. But no, back down.
Yeah, Ahura losing his balance there. He did get very good impact, as you said, on the kick, but had to fight to get back to his feet. Lost some important time, but still got a very, very good kick there in the side of the head, rattling the brain of Chris Brookes.
There's Ahura just down. So is Chris Brookes. What tag will be made here? Namely, what tag will be made here first?
They're making both of them trying to get to their corners. Brookes and Ahura, both of them make the tag. Maggot was in first, but Takanashi straight after him.
Oh! Not with Maggot!
One had the nostrils, one had the nipples. Which is more painful?
The purple nurple.
The what?
The purple nurple. It's the original name of the nipple twister.
I see.
Come on, Dave, you're old enough to know that.
Takanashi. I'll ignore that comment as well. Big boot to the face. Maggot looking for the cutter. Takanashi says no. And Brookes comes in and gets a cutter of his own, leaping over the top rope.
Here comes Ahura, though. He's got Brookes. Stomps his face down into the ground, but Takanashi's here.
Well, Takanashi rolls him backwards, kicks him around the side of the head. Ahura collapses down. Maggot in there with a running enziguri. Takanashi is down. Now only the son of nothing is up and running.
The shotgun champion making his way up to the Sky District of the ring.
Brookes gets up there though to meet him. Chris Brookes. We've seen this before. The butterfly superplex.
Oh my goodness! Tossed him all across the ring.
Maggot's got to be hurt. Maggot's got to be hurt. A tremendous impact off of that butterfly superplex.
Takanashi checking on Chris Brookes, who also took a very impactful fall with that move.
Yeah, Takanashi, though, with a knowing smile on his face because he knows that it's easy pickings here against Maggot after that landing. CDK could be moments away from getting that crucial 3 points to give them the advantage in Group A.
Chris Brookes charging at Maggot. Caught him flush with that drop kick. Now Takanashi.
Yeah, Takanashi's going to pick up Maggot. Maggot planted on the middle rope. Takanashi saying the time is up, and it could be, because look at the position of Maggot and look at the position of Chris Brookes up on the top turnbuckle. Brookes, but sent on right through the body of Maggot.
Into the cover from Takanashi. Where did Ahura come from?
Where did he come from? Ahura's been out of the equation for several minutes here.
To his credit, though, in the state that he's in, the fact that he's put up this much of a fight. Oh, looking for the Takatonic in the ring.
He didn't get it, and instead Maggot collides with the ref. Maggot collides with the referee. There's no referee in the low blow. Takanashi, the veteran, knowing there's no referee, he can't be disqualified.
He's got
one of those championship belts.
Oh, but here comes Ahura. Making the save. Here comes Ahura. Oh my God!
He hit Maggot. Ahura hit Maggot. Ahura thrown to the outside, but don't tell me this is how it's going to end, how this tournament, this reunion of pretty bastards going to end this way. Not this way. Not this way. Not this way.
Maggot kicks out. How did he manage that?
Brookes making sure Ahura stays neutralized. Just threw him into that steel ring post on the outside. But Maggot's had to learn to fend for himself. He's always known how to fend for himself, but he's had to relearn it this weekend.
They were looking for that praying mantis bomb combo, the cutter.
Maggot sends Takanashi to the outside. Brookes is out there as well. Fans moving out of the way. They know what's coming.
Here comes Ahura. You know what's coming here. Turnier! Oh my God! Destroyed the first row. Look at that chair.
Yeah, we're going to need some new chairs. And we might need some new wrestlers because I don't know if Chris Brookes is going to recover. How Ahura's still standing up as well, I don't know. I mean, I know he was the aggressor there, but it was still a hideous landing for everyone involved. Ahura now, the kick to the back of the head of Takanashi.
17 Minuten vorbei, noch 3 Minuten im Zeitlimit.
Spear!
Remaining.
Maggot gets the spear. The pretty bastards looking to end it, a double team. Ahura and Maggot making the cover on Takanashi, who kicked out, and the match still goes on.
And you heard the statement from Tommy Geeson, 3 minutes to go.
Knee right to the temple of Takanashi, who's been knocked out. Here comes Brookes, so Brookes with a double foot stomp, preventing the pin at the last possible second.
This is coming down to the wire. One of these teams has to win. A draw would be...
A draw doesn't help either of them.
It would potentially be cataclysmal for both of them.
Yeah, if it goes to a time limit, they get a point each, and that doesn't help. Maggot and Brookes down on the outside, all four men sensing the urgency.
And it looks like the moment has sobered up Ahura a little bit.
Maggot's got Brookes held in position.
2 minutes remaining in the time limit. 2 minutes remaining.
You just heard from Tommy Geeson, 2 minutes left. Ahura might not need 2 minutes.
He's looking for Paradise Waterfall.
Instead, he got a kick into the face from Takanashi, and another one turns him inside out.
Takanashi taking a moment, but is that wise here? 2 minutes to go, looking for the Takatonic.
Got one leg hooked, got a second one hooked. Oh, put on the brakes, Ahura put on the brakes and dropped down. A pile driver variation from Ahura. Takanashi kicked out.
How did he kick out of that? Oh my God.
Now Ahura's got the arms hooked up, and got that look in the eyes, the psychotic stare from Ahura.
Wrenching at the arms. Will we get a submission?
Trying to hyperextend both elbows at the same time.
And Maggot's holding down Chris Brookes. He can't come for the save.
Yeah, Maggot, look at Maggot just trying to constrain Brookes. How long is that? We're in the final minute. Can Takanashi hold on? Takanashi trying to roll over. He's got that body weight of Ahura off of him.
You hear the fans yelling, Masa. Is he gonna tap?
30 Sekunden im Zeitlimit verbleiben. 30
Shoulders down, shoulders down. Takanashi got the shoulders down of Ahura in the last 30 seconds. Can either team win this? Or otherwise it's likely that they're both eliminated.
Crossface here by Ahura.
The crossface from Ahura. Can Takanashi hold on? Brookes still being restrained by Maggot.
7 seconds.
5,
Giving for the pin to Takanashi.
3, 2,
Time is running out. And it's gone. It's gone. It's a draw.
The time limit has run out. Das Zeitlimit ist abgelaufen. Die offizielle Entscheidung in diesem Fight unentschieden. The official result, a draw because of the time limit.
Now, in terms of what that means, it means essentially that unless the other match in Group A is a draw,
erhalten sowohl CDK als auch die Pretty Bastards jeweils einen Punkt dazu und stehen nun jeweils mit 4 Punkten in der Gruppe A.
Well, as you might have just heard there from Tommy Geeson, unless the other match is a draw as well, it's going to mean that the winner of the other match in Group A is going to win the group.
This standing ovation will have to be nothing more but than a bit of consolation because both of these teams are now in a difficult position.
Maggot and Ahura may be reconciled somewhat, but what they haven't done is got the 3 points they needed, but they're neither of CDK.
Was für ein unglaublicher Fight in der dritten Nacht des wXw World Tag Team Festival 2022. Und wir bedanken uns dafür mit großem Respekt und noch größerem Applaus bei allen Teilnehmenden, bei Ahura und Maggot, den Pretty Bastards, und bei Brookes Masahiro Takanashi, CDK.
Both of these teams know in their heart of hearts that in all likelihood that is them done. Pretty Bastards, CDK, all but eliminated now from the World Tag Team Festival. And assuming this is the last we see of them, it has been a memorable 3-day weekend for both teams for very different reasons.
You say all but what happens if we have a draw in our next match as well in this round?
Well, if that were to happen, we'd be in uncharted territory and our sporting director, Norman Harris, would be in a very unenviable position.
I wouldn't want to be Norman Harris as well.
Well, I never would want to be Norman Harris.
I'm not only talking because of the tournament.
Great respect, standing ovation for both teams here in Oberhausen.
Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans, Ahura and the son of nothing, Maggot, the Pretty Bastards, and Brookes Masahiro Takanashi, CDK.
Ahura is still not entirely happy, but the two teams, at least with some kind of show of respect, the recriminations over what happened in the match are in the rear view mirror. CDK and Pretty Bastards, a crucial part, both of them, of this year's World Tag Team Festival, and we thank them both.